Guys, it's Chachi Power here to do a review for all you Godzilla fans or War of Gargantua fans. It's not a robot or a figure. Today what I have is Aoshima's remote control Type 66 Maser Cannon number 2, which is the weathered version. Aoshima came out with a few static display models. This one is remote control. You're going to get to see that in a little bit, but start off with the box. Here is the box. It's nice and big. It has this really vintagey film looking picture here. I believe this is a picture of the actual model, since part of this section down here looks photoshopped, so I don't know. Here we got the Type 66, bunch of Japanese writing that I can't read. Like it says here, it's remote control. If you look at the top panel, you'll see the War of the Gargantuas. I think that's what it says here on the side. Can't read it, but I know it's War of Gargantuas. Here is a picture of the kit, and see what else I can show you guys. Panels, same thing, vintagey look, Japanese writing, same thing on the other side. Now on the back, see the actual kit here. What you see here is the original version, not the weathered. Tells you all the different directions that you are capable of moving this. I wanted to point this out here, which is the field sensors, or whatever these are called, which I will not be showing you guys because they're tiny and they're pretty much nothing fancy to look at. But yeah, so this comes included in the kit, okay? And so you know this is the weathered version. When you buy it, it's going to have this decal here, okay? So once we open the box, we have this big styrofoam box, which has a nice panel, nice styrofoam panel. And right inside is where you would find the set. Right up here is those little field sensors I talked about. Here, this little baggie, and inside the baggie it's got a bunch of little tiny accessories, like the I believe in here is the mirrors for the actual tank part, and it's got a bunch of little, those things, the valves that you open that look like steering wheels. You attach all these valves all over the back part of the Maser cannon to complete the look. These are just the small details that would probably fall apart if they threw it in the box that way. So yeah, cardboard box, nice little pieces of cardboard there. So let's move right on to the set. So here's the tank part of the set. This is the piece that is die cast, giving it the Goken label. It's very highly detailed. You can see the really fine detail here of the little pipes coming out of these little tanks. It's got a clear red window. Nothing to see inside except the wires. It's a very simple design. It's just very boxy. It's got the PS002 in the back. You'll see, since this is the weathered version, there's some brown dirt right inside the wheels here. The back part of the tank inside, there's no weathering, so that kind of takes away from the detail a bit, but if it really bothers you, you can go ahead and paint that. And you'll see the treads have been muddied up. Now one tread is more brown than the other. Because I was using it on the rug, it kind of wore off the paint that they use on the tread. Since this tread I used a lot, because mine kind of pulls to the right. So getting back, so it's completely die cast. I don't believe this panel comes off. I've tried to take it off. There's no reason to be able to take it off unless you want to get to the inside, but wouldn't snap off for me, so no need to go in there. Back here you'll see the pin connector for the remote control, excuse me. I'll explain the difference in a second. This is not radio controlled, this is remote controlled. And here we got the trailer hitch. So the only thing that I didn't attach on this is the mirrors, because they are very tiny. I do not want to lose them because I will go crazy. So there you guys have it. And right now we'll get to the cool part, which is a trailer, which is carrying the Maser cannon. Here we go, guys. This is the Maser cannon, which everybody loves if you're a big Godzilla fan. This version appeared in War of the Gargantuas, but as we all know, it's pretty much the same thing. Getting back to this, here is the trailer part, which is really nice. Again, weathered tires, or muddied up, however you want to call it. It's also got some airbrush shading, which is pretty much just, you know, oxidation of metal in real life. So you got the, you know, the exhaust vents here turning black. You got details everywhere. Even on the tanks back here, there's a little bit of shading there. Very nicely done and airbrushed. All the vents are done in that same type of airbrushing. The little fences here, really nice. Very, very thin. Probably very delicate. So, and if we look underneath, very plain, nothing crazy. Again, there's a pin connector back here. That's for the radio control. And let's just turn this around for you guys. There's the back. Got the other side, same thing. Vents here. That are a little shaded black. And little color details here. Some hoses there. Here's the top view. So it's very nice. There's no metal here except for these rods up here. Again, the rims are muddied up on the inside to give it a very used look. I chose the weathered version because it looks more realistic, but there is a factory fresh version, which is no airbrush details whatsoever and no muddying of the tires. So next we are going to take a look at the remote control. Here we have the remote control for the set. It's pretty basic and simple. Kind of looks like one of those cheap toy remotes. It feels really light until you put the batteries in. It's got a paper sticker, which makes it look even more cheap. It looks like one of those stickers you print on your own desktop printer. The controls feel, if you're used to professional grade remote control systems or radio control systems, these might feel really cheesy. I found that the buttons here, you have to press really hard to get any kind of you know, movement or activation of the features. LED is probably the easiest one. You just hold it down. It's got an on-off switch. Uses 3 C batteries. Got these at the dollar store. But it's done in a nice plastic. It just looks like something you'd find in a, you know, regular toy. And like I said, it's remote control, so you're going to have this wire back here, which might bother some of you, but again, this is not really meant to be a toy you're going to zip around in 60 miles an hour without a cord. This thing's not meant to go fast. It actually goes pretty slow. It's meant to recreate the look of the real one, which does not go fast. And here is the pin connector, and that attaches to the back. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to show you everything put together, get up close with all the detail, and then at the end of the video I'm going to show you guys some footage I took outside of all the gimmicks. And I guess I should explain the gimmick on this. The turret actually spins, and the Maser cannon actually tilts up, and you'll see it stays parallel to the ground, the actual cannon part. And what's cool is, you know, obviously it's not going to shoot, but it's got this little tip thing here that the very tip lights up really nice, and you know, it recreates the look of a laser being shot through. And it's also got the pulsing here of the cannon, which is really, really cool. So let's put this together so you guys can see what it looks like.